yours?
Well, the organic fruit bars, you'll get it either at a Korean market, like Kisco Farm in Mount Kisco would have it. Mrs. Green's, the health food store.
They would have.
Yeah, they have Whole Foods. Maybe if any of you are close to Whole Foods, they have very good bars too.
What I do is I take my fruits and vegetables and I grind them all up. Juice that's kind of a thick juice.
Oh, good.
And I add my protein in that.
You do a protein powder right into that. Excellent, yeah. That's very good. Yeah, because they've actually found that anything in a liquid form, the absorption is increased by 30 times. Not percent, by 30 times. Yeah.
Just eat a raw egg?
Just eating a raw, well, you know, we would used to recommend that. Nowadays, because of the whole concern with salmonella, we worry about that. But if you can get really good quality eggs from the local farm, like for instance, Blue Hill at Pocantico Hills, they have phenomenal raw eggs. So something like that you could trust. Absolutely. So that would be even better to do something
What about
like that.
Mrs. Green's?
I wouldn't use any of the commercial eggs in the soup, any of the health food stores or supermarkets. It would have to come from the farm.
So how do you get to
Actually, even Mount Kisco Seafood sells local eggs from organic farms.
Every weekend, the Boys and Girls Club, we have a farmers market.
Oh, that's right.
Right, on Saturdays.
Farms are there.
Very good. Okay, the Boys and Girls Club right here in Mount Kisco. It's on Main Street. It's diagonally across from the hospital. Okay. Do you know what the address is?
She said across the street from the hospital, and it's 351.
351 Main Street? Okay, thank you. 351 Main Street.
351 Main.
Right here in Mount
Every
Kisco.
Saturday, year-round. And she started 2 weeks ago, and it's from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Actually, Sherry, it's only till May for the Boys and Girls Club. Are they going to extend it?
Yeah.
Because they had a flyer saying it was only till
No, we
May.
extended it.
Okay, good.
I'm on the board, and I'm going to put it together, but it's been so successful that we're going to take it outside in the summer.
Super. Thank you. That's great information. Okay, raw veggies. How many of you in here eat raw veggies? All right, good. So not just salad, like raw broccoli, raw celery, raw carrot sticks. Okay, great. So one of the things I've suggested here is to make sure you add it to both your lunch and dinner meals. Okay, because by adding in raw veggies to your lunch and dinner, it's like taking digestive enzymes before your meal. Okay, so that helps us to digest and metabolize our meal much better. Okay, so that makes a huge difference. So just make sure you vary it, okay? And also if you're doing, broccoli as part of a healthy anti-cancer diet, it's better to eat the broccoli raw, not cooked. It's more effective as a cancer preventative.
And what do you think about taking enzymes?
And taking, as long as they're plant-based enzymes, they're fine. No pancreatic enzymes because your body gets dependent on that. So it needs to be a plant-based enzyme, and then that's safe to take. And you can stay on it. I mean, plant-based enzyme is safe to take long-term.
Hey, Dina, what's the sugar that you shouldn't exceed in those protein bars?
Probably, depending on what the protein content is, I wouldn't do anything beyond 22 grams of sugar, which is equivalent to 1.5 teaspoons of sugar for the whole bar. Okay, because 1 teaspoon of sugar is 16 grams. Exactly. So no more than 22 if you're trying to lose weight. Okay, those you're watching weight. Okay, fruits. Okay, there's so much, again, misconception about, well, you can't eat fruit because it's too much sugar. Well, not all fruit has too much sugar. So what are the safest fruits that you can incorporate, for losing weight? Certainly the berries, okay, and the fresher the better. Okay, frozen berries, because of the fact that they've been maturing in the freezer, have a higher sugar content than raw or fresh berries. So it's actually better whenever you can to stick to the fresh raw berries.
What if you buy them fresh and then freeze them because you know they're going to go bad so quickly?
That's fine, provided you can eat them within a month.
Okay.
Right, exactly. So don't let them sit in the freezer for months. And that's the problem is when you buy them from the freezer, you don't know how long they've been sitting in the freezer at the grocery store. So that's really important. Okay, grapefruits. Okay, grapefruits. Some of you have heard of the grapefruit diet. And it really is true. There is something to grapefruit that really helps with metabolism. So the ruby reds or the pink grapefruits have far more nutrition than the white grapefruits do.
You need to be careful with grapefruits.
Yes, unless if you're on a cholesterol medication or if you're on blood pressure medication, you can't have grapefruit. Thank you. Well, there's a lot of controversy about that. Basically, if you do your medication at bedtime and you take the grapefruit in the morning, that's not as bad. So the key thing is to keep it as further apart as possible. Exactly. Okay.
The berries, you're talking organic, right?
Yes, berries ideally should be organic, especially strawberries are the most important to be organic. Blueberries are not as critical, and raspberries are not as critical, but strawberries are critical because they do spray strawberries a lot. And then fresh pineapple, but not the Gold brand. Okay, I don't know if some of you have noticed in the supermarkets now, they have pineapples that are called Gold. Okay, they're a much sweeter variety, so those have too much sugar. Okay, so you want to make sure that the pineapple is not a brand that says Gold on it. Other than that, then it's fine. So fresh pineapple's fine. No canned fruits or canned veggies, because those have been cooked to death, so there's no nutritional value in any of the canned fruits or veggies. Even if it's packed in its own juice, don't be fooled by that. Okay, there's just no nutrition at all. Okay, food combining. What about apples? Apples for some people actually increases their blood sugar, so that's why across the board we don't always recommend that. If you do like apples, then I usually recommend the greens, the Granny Smith apples, because they have much less sugar. And then bananas, same thing actually. Bananas for some people doesn't affect them for weight loss, for others it really does. But very important, if you do eat a banana, make sure that it's not brown, so no brown spots on the banana. It should be yellow, and then maybe with a little bit of green at each of the tips. Okay, that's how you want to choose your bananas. Otherwise, it's just too high in sugar. Okay, food combining. Okay, does anybody know what I mean by food combining? Okay, tell us.
That's when you put certain food groups together and other food groups cannot go together.
Right,
so,
okay.
for example, like proteins and vegetables you can eat, or starches and vegetables, but you can't have steak and potatoes.
Right, okay.
And that's a hard one.
So one thing that I find that I always recommend to people that come to see me, just to keep it very simple, rather than worrying about portion control, this is so much easier, is just watching how you combine your food. Okay, so just as Janet mentioned, so having a protein with a vegetable and a salad, okay, just eliminating the starch with that. What you could do is have a starch either as a snack a couple of hours later, or you could do a starch meal with vegetables as another option, provided you've had sufficient protein throughout the day. Okay, so that, and I find by doing that for a lot of people, just simply doing that, you start to drop weight.
So essentially you're saying don't combine protein with a
Starch, exactly. Unless you're doing beans and rice, that would be one exception. Okay, and then what you do is you have more beans and less rice, because you want more protein.
Baked potatoes and vegetables.
A baked sweet potato would be better than a baked potato.
What was that?
A baked potato and vegetables, so a baked sweet potato would be better than a regular baked potato. Okay, so that's what you would rather do. Okay, and then some of you will find that you do better with fish protein or poultry protein or red meat as opposed to beans for your protein. Okay.
And does that depend on your blood type at all? Or?
Yes. For instance, people that are typically blood type A will often find they do better with more beans in the diet and fish. Okay, and no red meat. And the ones who are blood type O do better with more meat and fish and less beans in the diet. Okay, so it's really, it's fascinating, and it's very easy. There's lots of really good books that you can buy on blood typing, small pocket books if you happen to know your blood type, and that really works very well.